there's something that Facebook came up with, and it's called the dynamic ad creative. You know what you can do with this thing? You can actually give Facebook a combination of all of these things. You can give them 10 texts, 5 call to actions, 5 display URLs, all kinds of images, and you can give it to Facebook, and Facebook will move them all around and tell you which is the winning one. I find this so fascinating, don't you? For example, when you write a message, you write a title, a description, bullet points, information, images, all the things about the product or whatever you're trying to communicate. And do you realize that when you submit that, it starts being sent out through thousands, if not millions of feeds? So imagine that, one single individual behind a computer, suddenly typing in a few keys, pressing a couple of buttons, and now being put in front of millions of people within a few days. Guys, we take this for granted every single day. This is the power that we never had access to before. This is a power that our great-grandparents, our ancestors never ever even dreamed about. And we have this power. The business manager is like we've been given through the ads manager a platform that is worth a couple $1 billion, and we've been given access to it for free, and now we can communicate to the world. Really awesome stuff. This one we already talked about on the ads manager, how to select your objective. We already talked about how to select your audience, how to choose the right budget for your campaigns. So now, once we have those things, the last level here is actually creating an ad. And I want to show you guys the important parts of creating an ad. Let's go over them quickly. This is a pretty big subject. I'm going to try to summarize it for you because there's a lot of different options in here. As you can see right here, just from selecting the conversions objective, this is going to vary, just so you guys know. As you select different objectives, you're gonna have different options on the format section, different options here. For example, let's look at an exact example of that. Let's say that I switch over to the brand awareness objective, and let's see what happens with the ad level, on the placements, on the actual formats, I'm sorry. So right here, instead of having 5 formats, I now have 4 formats. The formats is actually, what is your content going to be? You wanna do a single image? Do you wanna do a video? Do you wanna do a slideshow? A slideshow is basically up to 10 images being put into one single video, and they start being rolled out as a video actual placement, as a format. So now we also have a carousel. If we go back to the conversions, check it out. We're gonna have a new option in here that is, we got carousel, we also have single image, single video, slideshow, and collection. So as you can see, this is dynamically updated based on what you select. If you select a different objective, you might get less options or more options as the formats. And you can play around with this. This new format, they came up over here that says collection, and it also has a blue sign that says that it's new. It's basically for those people that have e-commerce shops and they want to display more than one of their items. And with a single click, they want to show people how cool the ads, their products are. Actually, not even that much. They don't even have to click on it. With the collection, right there on the Facebook newsfeed, an audience, an individual can actually scroll through your different products. So this is a cool thing for those people that have already a catalog, and also for those of you that want to actually showcase a set of products, not just one or two of them. Cool stuff. So now, that's the first thing that you're gonna choose. Aside from that, you're gonna choose also over here, on top of the format, you're gonna tell Facebook what do you wanna use as a Facebook page. As you keep on building your brand, you might have other pages, you might have other businesses. Whatever pages that you are an admin for, you can select right here to actually use as the main page to run this ad from. In this case, for example, we already have created the Facebook Masters course page. We only have 2 pages that we've added to the business manager. So on this one right here, on this option, you gotta select which one do you want to use. Let's say we wanna use Facebook Masters course. Now, the other option here, you see how it says Instagram account? Okay, so on this particular example, once you select actually an Instagram account and you plug it in here and you connect it with your business manager, this is going to show up here as an option for you to run ads from. So let's see something. Let's say we select Manuel Suarez. What happens here? You see? Wow, interesting. So now, the Manuel Suarez page, Facebook page is connected with the Manuel Suarez profile. So now I don't have to run ads from, let's say for example here, if I go to the Facebook Masters course, if I don't select an option here on Instagram, what's going to show up is the Facebook Masters course branding, but it doesn't have an Instagram handle. So nobody can really follow me on Instagram. That's why it's important for you to connect your Instagram actual profile in there in the business manager so you can have it as an option when you're running ads on Instagram. So let's say that we're gonna use, just for purposes here of demonstration, we're gonna use a simple format here, which is the single image. Very simple. We're also gonna put a name on this. Once you put this name on the top, it's important because once you open it up and if you have several ads, you can know exactly which ad you're running here. Let's call this branding campaign A. Let's say that you're promoting product A. Well, you're gonna put the name of the product in there. Let's say that you're doing a 20% off. Okay, you're gonna do a 20% off as the name right there. Whatever it is, you wanna name them correctly so then you can find them later on as you have more and more campaigns. That's the basic of it. Now, you can see this option right here that says like add a full screen experience. We're gonna get to that later on. This is way more advanced and more ninja. That's what we call a canvas. Guys, this is something that I'm currently obsessed with right now, but it's a little bit more advanced, so I'll take you there later on. A canvas is basically a mini landing page inside Facebook that you can actually display videos, links to your website, articles, pictures, tell a story, and it goes full screen. It's a really cool thing that Facebook has been recently pushing, and you have, for the same actual cost of advertising, you can give people a bigger experience when it comes to actually producing valuable information for your ads that give people a reality inside and out about what the brand is. Okay, good. So right here, let's go into the ad creation part of it. Once we are in a single image, we name the product, we name the ad, we actually selected the Facebook page we're gonna be using, and let's start seeing how this thing starts getting built. Let's go ahead and let's upload an image. And I'm gonna upload one of the images that I have. Let's say, for example, the AGM logo, okay? Now, this is just for example purposes. AGM is my brand, my marketing agency. I'm not gonna be running that. Let's say, for example, that I was going to run that. I would take away the lettering because Facebook doesn't want a lot of letters. Do not use this as a real example. Pretend that it's just another product or whatever it is, because when Facebook sees a lot of text, they don't like that and they actually cut your reach. But this is how you add an image. So you start adding an image and then over here, you write your website address where it says destination. We're gonna do AGM agency, agmagency.com. So now it links to it. So now you can see right here how the ad on the right side of the screen starts being formed. We have the Facebook Masters course, the branding. It says sponsored, as you can see right here. It says sponsored, meaning that the advertiser is paying to put that message in front of that audience. And as you can see right here also, something for you to play around with, this is the ad preview section. This is how your audience is going to see this. If you do a drop down here, you're gonna see the different placements that you have selected as your option. And now you can see how it looks on each one. Let's say that I wanna see how it looks on desktop. Okay, that's how it looks on the desktop. I wanna see how it looks on an article. That's how it looks. I wanna see how it looks on the Instagram feed. That's how it looks on Instagram. So you can see that right away, as you start building this, you'll immediately see how a person is going to see your message. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna choose an image of a product, just so we can have a real example of something that we're promoting. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a real example of a product. I'm gonna go ahead and upload an image that I saved on my desktop, which I called an example. This is for an actual brand that we handle. And pretend that the actual name of the page, it says Easy Concepts, which is an actual brand that we have. And here we have an image. And now you can see how it looks on the Instagram feed. And let's go to the mobile news feed. Now, as we already know, the mobile news feed is the biggest source of audience. It has the biggest pocket of people in there. Nobody else is being like more consumed. This is the platform that is being used the most. Facebook has more consumption than Instagram and any other platform combined. Okay, so right here, we're gonna use a Facebook newsfeed as the example, and let's start building this ad. And let's say that on this particular example, I wanna run a special promotion to generate brand awareness for my company. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this ad. I'm gonna say something like, granted, on this particular example, I'm not going out there for branding. I'm going out there for generating sales. And not only that, I wanna generate quick sales. Let's say that I wanna rank a product on Amazon. I generate actually a nice landing page in which I give them a coupon for them to go out there and purchase this particular product for 70% off or 80% off or whatever I choose. So now I control the traffic because I put a particular person through a funnel that they go out there, get a coupon, and they purchase the order. So we do this really, really fast. So in this example, I'm like, we are running a promotion to celebrate 100 reviews on our Amazon brand. For a limited time, get 70% off our exclusive bamboo cutting boards. And I could add something like, we just want to spread the word about our awesome line of products. You would just go something like that. We just want to spread the word about our awesome line of high quality products. Click here to get your coupon now. So then you can add your link to the product. It could be straight to Amazon. In this case, if we're doing an actual coupon, then it's not gonna be straight to Amazon. You're gonna send them to a landing page for them to opt in their information, and now they get their coupon so they can go on Amazon and place the order. Pretend that this one right here that says Amazon.com is your own link to take them to your own shop. As you can see right here, I'm gonna position this in two places. I'm gonna position them at the top and at the bottom. That way we actually convert on both sides. We get people to click on our ad upstairs above the image and also downstairs, which I'm gonna show you guys about in a second. I want you guys to pay attention to one thing here. As you can see right here, on top of the image, where my mouse is at, it says click here to get your coupon. When I'm writing a message, this is something that we're going to evolve on later on. And we're gonna be having an entire module on actually writing messages that convert and that actually create a response. So we'll get to that. But in the meantime, please notice something. Look at the structure of this ad. Look how it actually is very simple to read. It gives person spacing, and also it tells them a call to action just right in there in the text. And also additionally, it says, click here to get your coupon, and then it signals where they need to click on. There's a signal, there's an arrow, and the person is directed towards the action. And additionally, it doesn't even go beyond that line. I try to keep it in the same line. So if the arrow is pointing at the link, I want to make sure that the link is right there next to the arrow. That's just a way of writing the text. Now, there's about 5 elements to writing a message. 5 creative elements. You have the text. The text is something that is always seen above the video and above the images or above the carousel or above anything that you're using. And then you have the headline. The headline usually is at the head, on top of things, right? Like for example, the headline on Amazon listing, the headline on your shop is usually at the top. Not in Facebook. A headline on Facebook is actually below the images and below the videos. And I can say something like this. Check that out. So let's see how it looks now. So get your coupon today. Click here now. Let's go ahead and change the link of the AGM agency and let's call it Amazon.com. Fine, there we go. So now we have a couple of things here. We have the headline, we have the text, and we have the actual call to action. So if you can see right here, the call to action where it says learn more, we're gonna go ahead and do a drop down here, and we have all kinds of options here. We have sign up, play game, shop now, listen now, etc. By the time that I actually launch this course, or by the time that you actually are doing this course, you guys have to keep in mind that this might have changed. I'm recording this right now somewhere in March in 2018, and something that I know is coming down the pipeline is that at any time, you will see an option here to custom make the call to action. Right now, you have to select from the options that are available. If this change was made, I have been waiting for this change for years. No kidding. Right now, when you have a call to action, your only option is to select one of the predetermined options on their end. This is going to change any day now. But today you have to choose one of these. So for example, in our case, I want to choose, for example, download, or I want to choose so you can get the coupon, or I want to choose like shop now. The other thing that you got to pay attention to here when it comes to the elements of building an entire creative, an ad, is that right here, you see how it says display link? This one is the link that people see. This is not clickable. So right here, you can do, for example, something like, you can play around with this, because this is not a real link and they don't really necessarily care about what you put in there, okay? As long as it's actually something that makes sense, then you can do something like Amazon.com/bestseller. Check it out right here. Look at the ad, how it looks. That looks like a great ad, right? We are running a promotion to celebrate 100 reviews on our Amazon brand. For a limited time, get 70% off our exclusive bamboo cutting boards. We just want to spread the word about our awesome line of high quality products. Click here to get your coupon. I will get one of those coupons. One of the things that I will tell you guys is that as you build your ads, one of the things that it's a big contributing factor to my success is that I can actually put myself in the viewpoint of the other side. And I can see what would my potential customer think like? What would they be interested in? What would they respond to? What would actually capture their attention and make them interested in what I have to say? By doing that, I get them to stop and actually start paying attention to me. If I have a 70% off offer of an awesome bamboo cutting board, bestseller on Amazon, you got my attention. Because cutting boards, especially if you're a female, ages 35 to 49, chances are that you use them almost every day and you're very interested in quality bamboo cutting boards. So this is how it works. The button shop now right here that you can see on the right side of the ad is clickable. And also the link above the image is also clickable. So you have two places where you can capture that attention. This particularly is a conversions campaign. So what does that mean? Facebook is going to drive a lot of traffic to your actual website. And you're going to see how many people are converting on it. Later on, we're going to be able to explore the analytics so you can actually go get in there and understand what campaigns are actually producing results and which ones you might need to adjust. So just as a final point on this lesson, you can see right here that in order for you to verify that it looks well on all the different platforms, they have the arrows right here. And on this particular case, you have like 13 different placements. And you can move them all around to see how it looks and to make sure that it makes sense. Desktop right column, Instagram feed, audience network, etc. Okay? So if you want to preview this ad or if you want to share it with somebody to make sure that the opinion on the ad it's actually something that it's overall good in general for my people, you can go ahead and grab a link right here. Do you see this button right here on the top right? This button, you can click it. And you can send a notification to your Facebook to see it for yourself, and then you can share it from there. So if I do this and I do send notification, it says a notification has been sent to the Facebook account for Manuel Suarez. Please open Facebook on your phone to preview your ad. Let's say that we do any of these things. We can see exactly how this looks on your phone. Very, very cool stuff, because that way you can actually see the entire experience from a user's side. Guys, every single one of these options, every one of these formats is a little bit different, but they all are summarized in the same thing. We got an actual piece of content. It could be an image, a video, a series of videos, a series of images, a series of photos. It could be any of that stuff. And you got the text, it goes above the images. And you also have the title below the images. And you have the call to action on the right side of the ad. Then you have something called the display URL, which is the link that people actually see. Those are the elements for creating an ad. And they're gonna be the same no matter what the format is. And you gotta play around with them until you find the winning ones. Trust me, guys, this is gonna get really, really ninja. Why? Because later on, I'm gonna show you guys something. This is a little bit of a secret yet. It's really incredible. So get excited about it. Can you believe that we have access now to this billion-dollar robot system that tells you what works and doesn't work? There's something that Facebook came up with, and it's called the Dynamic Ad Creative. You know what you can do with this thing? You can actually give Facebook a combination of all of these things. You can give them 10 texts, 5 call to actions, 5 display URLs, all kinds of images, and you can give it to Facebook, and Facebook will move them all around and tell you which is the winning one. Isn't that crazy? Yes, it's insane. So now you take away the guesswork. You don't even have to go and ask your friends and family, what do you think? Do you like my ad? You let Facebook tell you, based on data science, which ones are the champion. And you turn off the losers and you turn on the winners and scale to eternity.